Nintendo!
Hey everyone, welcome back with Green Mac. And we're continuing our playthrough of Super Smash Brothers. And we're playing as Wolf this time, and I really like this theme that he has. It's reunited roster, and you know, it's pretty much all the characters that didn't return from you know, Melee, Brawl, and make it into Smash for Wii U and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see all these characters coming back and, you know, having a whole you know, classic mode setup about it. You know, I really, like I mentioned before, I really do like the classic mode. This is probably the best classic mode they have in the series, just because there's so many characters, but everybody's got their own theme, and you know, a lot of them are pretty samey, and there's some of them like Mario's. It just says it's literally just called Let's It Go, so I don't even know what the hell the theme is for that, but you know, so it's definitely like a lot of weird ones and stuff like that, and reused as you know, reused ideas. Like, you know, there's the red warriors for Bowser, then there's the black warriors for Ike and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's quick, it's simple, it's fun. You get to choose your own difficulty at various levels. There's a challenge to it to try and get to 9.9. It's a really great, well implemented classic mode for this game, and I love it. So it's sad to think that like a good chunk of these characters just are probably not going to return into another game. Wolf especially, I remember like back in the day, you know, like we had 3 people for Brawl for the Star Fox team, and there was speculation for like Smash for Wii U, you know, the next Smash game at the time before it was even announced that, alright, it's a given, you know, why would they take more characters away, despite the fact that they did it for Brawl. You know, the theory was, okay, so we got Wolf, we got freaking Falco, we got Fox, of course, so the next character that's going to be added is going to be a 4th Star Fox character, and it's going to be Crystal, and you know, she has not been playable to this day, and I think her relevance was at like a high at the time Brawl was released, and obviously she's an assist trophy in this game. That's pretty cool, but her relevance at this point is pretty much, you know, gone. It's gone with the Star Fox series as a whole. Unfortunately, it's just, you know, even like back in the day, you know, I think there was a lot of reasons people liked Crystal, for reasons I probably shouldn't, for reasons I probably can't mention if we're being honest, but she was definitely pretty decently popular back in the day, and you know, obviously just as a whole, Star Fox has just not been able to really, not been really able to get its momentum ever since really Star Fox 64, and I love Assault. I think it's people definitely overhate on it. And Adventure is a different thing. I have not played Adventure, but it doesn't seem like it's a very traditional Star Fox game in any sense of the word. So I'm not really sure. Like, I can understand why things started to go down a little bit from there, but Command, which I believe was not like on the Nintendo DS or whatever, like, people were not a big fan of that either, I don't think, and that had like the multiple endings, and that seemed like it was kind of the end of the Star Fox series, at least that timeline, for a while. And then it seemed like they just started, you know, focusing on Star Fox 64, whether it was remaking it or, you know, Star Fox Zero apparently has the same story mode as Star Fox 64, and you know, we haven't had anything for a really long time. You know, Star Fox Zero was the last game we had, and that was at the end of the Wii U era. You know, we went an entire console generation without a Star Fox game. The closest thing we had was I can't even remember what the hell it was called. It was some like game that happened to also like make a deal with Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch edition, where you know, they had Star Fox characters available to play as, and I think it was like one of the I think it was still during the time where it was like those Toys to Life game, in which like you had to buy like a ship and all this other stuff and build it, and it would go in game and stuff like that, and you know, things were long gone then, and so obviously that didn't really help the Star Fox series too much. And a lot of people, you know, my buddy, you know, Raquel, he said after Star Fox Zero, hey, we're not getting another Star Fox game. You know, that was the last chance. You know, people are, you know, creditless. They've been down for too long, and I don't know. I didn't believe him at the time. I thought he was, you know, I thought he was wrong. But after seeing nothing being released for the Switch, you know, the console that seemed like it was the Renaissance era for a lot of different, you know, IPs and stuff like that too. I mean, there's a degree of truth to it. I mean, are we ever going to see another Star Fox game? Who's to say? I hope so, and I hope that they have something new and original, and you know, people start to enjoy it. But that said, this is the end of this video, folks. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out next week's episode on Nintendo Tuesday. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.